The first command I will be teaching you about today is called /set world spawn. Let's say you are a server owner and you just finished making your hub, but when people started joining you find out that they do not spawn in the hub. When you use the /set world spawn command, you can choose where people spawn when they join. You execute the command by writing /set world spawn and then the coordinates to where you want people to spawn. If you're already standing at where you want people to spawn, you can use tildes instead of writing coordinates. Tildes are just a way to execute a command at where you're standing. Keep in mind that if it is used in a command block, the tildes will not execute the command at you, but at a command block. Are you in a creative world and are bored of the time of day you're playing in? Well, the /timeset command has you covered. Simply write /timeset and then the time of day you want it to be to change the time to whatever you want. Are you trying to set up a command block so that it gives you stuff? With the /give command, you can give a player the item you want them to have. You execute the command by writing /give and then the player you want to give it to. After that, you write what you are going to give, then the amount, and optionally you can give a certain type of the item you give. For example, if you're going to give wool, you can't write grey wool. You will have to write the number grey represents instead. Are you playing multiplayer and are bored of the people you played with? The /TP command can help with exiling your friends. Write /TP, then the player you want the command executed on, and lastly the coordinates or a player you want the player to teleport to. I'm just going to use tildes as an example here. Do you think enchanting stuff takes too long time? Well, why not use the /enchant command? Simply hold the item you want to enchant. I will be using a trident as an example. Then you write /enchant, then the player who are going to enchant, and then what enchantment you desire. Lastly, you write the strength you want the enchantment to be. The next command I will be teaching you about is /weather. The /weather command is used to change the weather. To execute it, you must first write /weather and then the weather you want it to be. Wait, is this a set or something? Nah, probably not, right? Usually when you set your spawn, you click on your bed. Let me show you. In the chat you can now see that my spawn point is set. If I die now, I will spawn here as you see. But if I use the /spawn point command, I can set my spawn where I want without clicking on a bed. The command is done by writing /spawn point, then the player you want to set a new spawn point to, and lastly the coordinates to where you want to spawn. Do you want to give yourself an effect without drinking a potion? Write /effect and the player or entity you want to affect. An entity is basically a mob in case you don't know. It isn't only mobs, but I'm not going to go too in depth on what it is today. Anyways, you continue the command by writing what effect you want to give, and when you are done with that, you write how long you want the effect to be. After that, you choose the strength of the effect, and optionally you can also choose whether you want the effect to have particles or not. Write true if you don't want particles and false if you do want particles. The next command is /setBlock. This command is great for placing single blocks. You execute it by writing /setBlock, then the coordinates to where you want the block placed, then which block you want to be placed, and lastly if you want the type of the block. If you remember my wool example from earlier in this video when I talked about the /give command, you will hopefully understand what I mean by this. The /fill command is basically just a version of the /setBlock command where you place several blocks instead of just one. The command is done by writing /fill, then your first coordinate point, and after that you write your second coordinate point. Then you write the block you want to be placed, and optionally you can choose a certain type of the block you want to place. If you want to make someone vanish, you could use the /kill command. The command is executed by writing /kill and then which entity or player you want to make vanish. Yeah. The last command I will be teaching you about today is the /game rule command. This command is used to change the rules of your game. To execute it, you have to write /game rule, then the game rule you want to change. I will be using fall damage as an example. After that, you write if you want the rule to be true or false. In my case, I don't want to take any fall damage, so I'll write false. If I jump down from this platform now, I won't take any fall damage, as you see. Oh no! No, I'm stuck in this hole! Luckily I can use one of the commands I have taught you about from earlier in this video to save myself. I will use the /effect command to get out of here. Wait, you weren't supposed to see that. Anyways, here I go. Woo! I'm free! Thank you for watching my video. Ouch!